to the umbrella. He saw that. He was like, I want to get up under there with you.
I think Fonzworth was his little girlfriend at one time, because you have to see how they was conducting themselves. I don't want to say that about Bentley, because Bentley got kids and shit, and I got respect for that.
I was just sitting here thinking, like, where Bentley was. Y'all knew this step ain't said a mother back. All this going on. He just sitting back and letting it all unfold. You smart, my boy. Yep.
Who could have imagined that Diddy's personal life would become the subject of such intense speculation? The whispers are growing louder, and the latest name caught in the whirlwind is Fonzworth Bentley. Once known as Diddy's trusted personal assistant, stylist, and confidant, Bentley is now at the center of rumors suggesting their relationship might have been far more personal than it appeared. For years, the bond between the two seemed professional and close-knit, but recent accusations hint at a deeper, more intimate connection that's left fans and industry insiders reeling.
When it comes to culture and representation, there are a few things more important than the clothing, fashion, and media presentation of that culture. Throughout history, we see the importance of fashion in relation to various human ceremonies and occasions, and it reflects social status and opinion. One of the best known fashion influencers and media personalities is songwriter, actor, fashion guru, choreographer, and media personality Fonzworth Bentley. He's best known for his dapper style and gentleman presentation, and for his media and musical associations with P. Diddy, Andre 3000, and Kanye West. Fonzworth is credited as a pioneer for adding the formal style of suits and dapper attire more commonly seen in hip-hop today as a key part of many artists' presentations. Fonzworth Bentley was born with the name Derek Watkins in Atlanta, Georgia on February the 13th in 1974. His middle-class upbringing could definitely be said to be a strong influence on who Fonzworth ended up becoming. In an interview with Vulture, he spoke on how his upbringing shaped his gentleman persona. I can tell you a quick story about how I ended up in etiquette school. When I was young, it was a habit of mine to push my food onto my fork. My mama said, you know, if you keep doing that, you're going to etiquette school. Sure enough, she sent me to class, and it was freaking horrible. Now fast forward to my sophomore year at Morehouse College. Evan Cosby, Bill Cosby's daughter, was a freshman, and she invited a group of us to her house. Towards the end of dinner, Bill looked at me and said, I like the way you use your cutlery. Man, I didn't even know he was watching. I got up from the table, called my mama and said, Mama, thank you for sending me to etiquette school that summer. You never know who's watching. His father was a professor at Morehouse College, which is also more than likely another reason for his attendance. His mother, Harriet Watkins, is a Spelman graduate in her own right. While in school, he majored in biology and was a good athlete as he performed in track and cross country. He thought that he wanted to become a medical professional. However, once his junior year of college arrived, he realized medicine was not for him and decided to pursue a career in entertainment. At this moment, he decided he would first try his hand at becoming a MTV VJ, video jockey, looking up to Idolus DeLeon and Bill Bellamy, considering them movie stars. This had been something he aspired to do his whole life. He auditioned for the gig, but unfortunately would not even make it past the first round of competition. But Fonzworth wasn't discouraged and went back to the drawing board to replan. While looking for a career in show business in the meantime, he found work at Ralph Lauren Polo Store inside of the well-known Atlanta shopping center, Lenox Mall. It was here where Fonzworth would meet the man that would change his life. While working, Fonzworth met world-famous producer P. Diddy. The two hit things off, and eventually Fonzworth was hired as Diddy's personal assistant and valet in New York City. This is the beginning of Fonzworth's entertainment career. Diddy's team felt his image needed to be repaired after some legal troubles, and Fonzworth was seen as a valuable asset in this regard. Once he was hired by Diddy, that is where he got his stage name. He is said to have nicknamed him Fonzworth in reference to the character of the same name from the 1975 film Let's Do It Again, after he loved one of his outfits, while the Bentley part of his name came from another label executive at Bad Boy. From the beginning of his career, everyone could see that Fonzworth was an extremely clean, well-shaven, and sharply dressed individual. These attributes became part of his signature public persona and provided much of the content and knowledge he is known for. According to a biography by Pooja Bentwal, the time period in which Fonzworth dressed the way that he did made a difference, as it made him stand out. An excerpt from the article states, Bentley was not only Diddy's butler, but he was also a well-dressed man in hip-hop in the early 2000s. Bentley wore Ralph Lauren even before Kanye West made it popular and fashionable. When Jay-Z was still wearing throwback jerseys and fitted headwear, Bentley wore button-ups. His unique presentation relative to the time period helped separate him from others and create his own lane. A part of his former presentation in his trademark umbrella, which became famously associated with him after his reality TV show appearances on Diddy's hit series, Making the Band in 2003. That same year, he made his acting debut after landing a small role in the cult classic film, Honey, starring Jessica Alba. After endearing himself to audiences with his wit, charm, and charisma, Fonzworth was set now to become a popular celebrity in his own right.
Fonzworth Bentley has indeed been a part of seeing Diddy Combs' life for many years, serving as his valet and stylist. Bentley has shared some insights into his experience working with Diddy, describing him as a demanding boss.
8:45 in the morning, it's Angela Yee, and Fonzworth Bentley is here. So how did you actually end up going to work for him?
I was working at Ralph, right? And so I was living in Brooklyn, in Bed-Stuy. Big shout, Ralph, between McDonough and Howard.
I live in Bed-Stuy now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, shout to them.
Brooklyn all day.
Yeah, they didn't, they were like, all right, a Southern guy with a suit, you land in the hood.
Yeah, not a lot of gents in Bed-Stuy.
You're the feds. They thought I was the feds.
Well, even better.
Right. So I'm there and when I was working, you fold down the store, at 7 o'clock, either I could go on the train, go back, try to change into something a little more, casual, denim or something. But I miss a lot of that good networking stuff, a lot of that, like right after work stuff. So I would always go out dressed. Mm-hmm. So I really started being, and the only person dressed in any of like the, the little hip hop, any of the events were the Wall Street guys. This is gray suit, navy suit, white shirt, very boring.
Right.
So when I'm in the chocolate brown 3-piece lavender shirt, foulard tie, with the chocolate brown suede's busting heads, I stood out. And I started to realize, I was like, okay, so New York is kind of weird. You got to act like you the ish before you even done anything.
It's all about, people's perceptions of you.
It's really weird. And so this was different. This was a different thing coming from Atlanta and just being, just a regular humble guy. So I was like, okay, I get it. And then I started to realize that I know a lot of these guys, but they don't know who I am and they don't know what I do. I could be anything.
I'm anybody.
Yeah, a designer or what philosopher. I'm walking around with bow ties. The feds. Like I'm anything, like you said. So what I would do is I would always go up to folks just in general. And I'd urge all of the folks out there, who aspire to be in different things. When you see people just go up, sometimes it's not always about you saying, "Yo, I need an internship," or "Yo, I want to work." It doesn't work like that. You have to establish a rapport. Mm-hmm. Just be memorable. Say something smart. Say something. You're paying attention to the culture. You're paying attention to what you're into. And I would do that. And I started to realize. So I would literally walk up to Puff, and and I'd be like, "You want to do this, but you can't do this," and walk off. Talk about my clothes because it's like swing fella too. It's kind of like because it's like celebrities. They're people. They go to the bathroom just like any of us. Right. It's like I ain't got nothing to lose. He ain't paying my bills.
That seems like such a risky thing to do.
Yeah, but
with somebody like him.
Yeah. So and he would always be like, after I say it, I walk off. He was like, "Who was that? What was that? Who was that? Like what?"
Security never tackled you to the ground.
Nah, just like it wasn't big. It's like tongue in cheek, like whatever. And so it became like almost like an inside joke. Every time I see him, it got to the point where I wouldn't have to say nothing. Say, you're at the party, you looking around, then you see this dude again. That's like I'm like,
how you doing? What's up?
No, I'm just pointing like,
yeah,
that ain't it.
Ooh,
like what I'm saying. And so I never forget. I was at this blue. Is it Blue Ribbon or Blue? Yeah, it was a Blue Ribbon downtown. I was with a friend, a mutual friend of his, this young lady. And this dude who was a shoe designer, and he walks in. And this particular day, I have to admit, like I was dressed like the Black Duke of Windsor. Like I was Murk, M-U-R-K, Murking, right? Like full out, the watch vibe, And so he walked in, he walked straight to my table. I stood up and it was like a little stare down match on some
wow.
And I won. And then he just pointed the old girl like, yo, get this dude. It was the 2 ways. Then remember the 2 ways? Anybody with me? 2 ways.
Yeah, I had a 2-way.
Stay with me. He's like, yo, it was, you get this dude my 2-way number. Well, I didn't call him the next day because I'm busy.
Yeah, what a game.
Well, I wasn't busy. But you don't know. Don't nobody know. You don't know. You know. So, long story short, I remember, I was like, I waited. Next thing Club New York happened. I'm like, dang, I done waited too late to hit him on the thing, right?
That was a bad time.
Really bad time. But I would always send him like Bible verses and stuff like that, and he would always reply back, "Thank you." But he don't know who this is, whatever, But all of us are feeling for him. He was a man on trial for murder. You know what I mean?
I'd love to hear from Fonzworth Bentley in the middle of all this Diddy. I can only imagine what he saw and experienced himself working so closely with Diddy. If you don't remember Fonzworth or don't know who he is, he was Diddy's former stylist and became known for carrying around an umbrella wherever Diddy went. Allegedly, Diddy hired Fonzworth to clean up his image right before he was in a lot of PR mess, especially around the time where he was dating J-Lo. So getting a stylist, changing his look was part of his rebrand. But Fonzworth definitely got out of Diddy's shadow. He became his own person. He made carrying umbrellas iconic and cool somehow. He even dabbled in the music game himself and even had some songwriting credits. But then he just completely disappeared, and it's been alleged that it's of course connected to Diddy. Diddy allegedly treated this man like a slave, pretty much dehumanized him in any way that you can think possible, and he just wanted to get away from it all. Since leaving Hollywood behind, he did get married in 2010. He's also a father of 2.
Freddie P., a former member of the band, has made public claims about seeing Diddy Combs' personal life in an interview. However, without confirmation or official statements from Diddy or his representatives, these claims remain speculative.
Yeah, with Puffy, of course, I think he gay. I think everybody around him gay, and I think you don't get to stay up around him unless you've proven that either you are with the or the won't bother you. There's not a man that I can see Diddy hanging around that I don't think he ever at least tried. He's not being your friend. I love you, daddy. He's not like that. He not like that. Puffy don't have a friend. Puffy didn't grow up with nobody. He don't love nobody. You deserve it, daddy. And he know what he was doing. That's kind of like when you have a sex with somebody or whatever, or kind of like one of the people in that community. They trying to spray you to everybody they could on the low. Like, we know, as a straight man, we know when they're trying to tell us that they're sleeping with somebody. They gonna give you attitude in front of the homeboys because they know, I don't give a fuck. Like, they gonna give you one of them because y'all share beds together. They don't care that we know no more. It's shoes. They get the same attitudes that women get. So if you ever been around Puffy to me and your best friends or brothers are hanging and all this other stuff, and I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. If you are, you are. But yeah, you either took part in some foolery, aided some foolery, enabled bad behavior, or have your own ghosts, have your own skeletons that he allowed to, I'll do this while you do that. We all good. We don't give a f. It's our world. Let's all go on a plane and do it. You wanna be with fat? Go ahead. You can have fat. Oh, you like those? And why it's dirty? Whatever you do, and he found out you do, he can allow you around him. I gotta have something on you. I gotta play with your little hole or something. Puffy, it's an addiction, turning people out. That was his addiction. He didn't. There's plenty of people that he could have. It was his addiction. Y'all don't understand. I look at Bentley and all these and all. Come on, man. Now that we know the monster, man, you carry the man umbrella. You was the man. I watched this man disrespect you every chance he got. Talk to you like he talked to Harv like he talked to D-Dot like he talked to all them like they his. And now that I learned that they really were his, that's why I got so much respect for Gene. Cause a lot of them is scared to do what Gene doing. And people like us don't fear no, man. Like, we don't fear all that, like that fake image you got, because I know it's a Gene that's making him look like he look. And then I'll see a nigga status and I don't fear it. I don't care. Like, I come from that. What the people that protect him, I'm used to that. I smoke with that. I chill with that. I hang with that. We get along. It's him who not used to us. Puffy not gonna really have you around if you not, unless you family. He not gonna have you around if you not with the I think Fonzworth was his little girlfriend at one time, because you have to see how they was conducting themselves. I don't want to say that about Bentley, because Bentley got kids and I got respect for that. Like, he was one of the few I fuck with. But the way they used to carry themselves back then, and plus he had put something on his Instagram. He put something on his Instagram like 4-5 months ago, and he was like, "Don't let me tell my story," or something like that. I heard they fell out because of he was stealing or something like that, whatever. But you hang around and who don't want to pay you, giving millions of dollars away every night, you know, acting like he can't pay you on time, want to fill your butt, all this weird. You gonna steal from him too, and you might not even be a thief. You just see. I used to have a cousin. I got a cousin, you know, getting all these pounds. Every day buying this girl 100 shoes. My brother doing all the work. My dead brother. He busting a pack. He getting it out the mill. He count. He know what my cousin got from my cousin. Know what he got. It's going around living like a boss. My brother working on everything. I go over there. My brother like, "You got some shoes at your crib?" All right. I'm looking at the floor. I might see 1,000,000 pair of shoes. You feel me? Like, you better take from that. Don't you? If he ain't looking out for you, and they gonna take from you. And that's what type of he is. So I don't look at Fonzworth like no thief. If Diddy tight, he'll make you steal it from him. I got a cousin just like that, sucker.
Rumors about seeing Diddy Combs' personal life have reached a fever pitch after Freddie P., a former member of Diddy's hip-hop group Da Band, made explosive claims in an interview with The Art of Dialogue. Freddie P. alleged that Diddy is gay and suggested that nearly everyone in Diddy's inner circle is part of the LGBT community. He described being around Diddy as a complex dynamic, where one either accepts or is indifferent to his lifestyle. Freddie P. further insinuated that Fonzworth Bentley, Diddy's former assistant, may have had a romantic relationship with him, fueling the already rampant speculation.
You got a lot of people, man, that's wondering why Fonzworth Bentley, you know, why he hasn't came out and defended Diddy. You know, they was real cool at one point, you know, so.
Well, I was there when Fonzworth Bentley got his actual name. How they came up with the name and everything. We were sitting in front of the apartment building on 74th and Park Avenue. It was me, him, Tony De Niro. Puff was upstairs. They was trying to figure out, he had became Puff, one of Puff's personal assistants. You understand? To make sure all Puff is there when we get ready to go. Everything that's supposed to be in order. That was Fonzworth Bentley's job. So Puff has to go to restaurants and places like that, you know, he made sure everything was straight with that. You know what I'm saying? He had another assistant too. But Fonzworth Bentley was his personal assistant, put out his clothes, told him what he should wear, all that, like a stylist and personal assistant all together. You know? So we was in front of the house, and this dude, Tony De Niro, he played guitar in that Bad Boy for Life. The black dude, not the white guy. The black dude who played the guitar, that's Tony De Niro. I think he might be from California or something. So Tony De Niro was like, "Yo, we gotta think of a name for you, man. And if you're gonna be his personal assistant and slash butler slash umbrella carrier, whatever you gonna do, you understand? we got to think of a name for you. We're going to try to make you like Bentley or either Fonzworth or either Bentley. You gotta be, you gotta have that kind of persona. You gotta dress all the time, be neat, and the whole 9 yards. And then the dude, Derek, was playing with him like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know how to do that. I could be over the top. He was acting like that. You know what I'm saying? I could be over the top. So he was saying that. And the dude, Tony De Niro, said, we gotta figure out a name for you, man. It's gotta be on the level of, those characters. He said, you gotta be like Fonzworth, you gotta be like Bentley. He said, we're just gonna call you Fonzworth Bentley. And he said, I like it. And they start calling him that. His name Fonzworth Bentley. And I said, these motherfuckers corny. Like I was like, yo, don't believe this. But he was always right there, but not like at nighttime when we was at doing things. He wasn't around, bro. He was only there when the cameras was there. That, I don't know. I don't know how much he could do. I don't know if he would say anything because he probably signed the ND, a non-disclosure, and he don't want to say anything against Puff anyway because Puff got on him. And I ain't talking about no none of that. The stealing, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, I don't want to put that on sticky fingers. That right there, bro. Don't lay nothing down around him. You heard me? Don't lay nothing down around dude right there. Dog, Jennifer Lopez had these boots, they cost $5,000. I'm like, what kind of boots cost $5,000? Now you gotta realize this is like in 2000, early 2000. These boots cost $5,000. And because she was gonna be out of the country or something like that, she didn't have them come to her house down in the village because she would have never got it because they'd be stealing her stuff down there at her apartment. So she had them come to Puff house. She wanted these boots so bad. She was mad. They looked through everything trying to find Jennifer boots. Cause Puff had like Puff, people used to just send him from everywhere. So he had this mail room in his house with numbers that he never even opened. But I don't know how Fonzworth Bentley found that. But we went over there to his house and we found a lot of Jennifer and everybody else that belonged to Puff. I guess Puff had too much stuff in the room and he was just keeping them for it.
And you seen this with your own eyes? That's crazy, man.
My own eyes, bro. We went to his apartment.
He don't even seem like that type of dude, yo, but damn.
Security else, we went over there, man. They had good dudes, bro. And that's why Puff had stopped messing with him. And then he goes get a show. Puff ain't say nothing. He went and got a show of how to be teaching thugs how to be the gentleman. I hope the first thing he taught them was don't steal.
Jaguar Wright's comment has added more fuel to the rumors surrounding Diddy and Fonzworth Bentley. Wright's reputation for revealing industry secrets lends weight to her statement, and Bentley's silence on the matter has only heightened the intrigue. The situation continues to unfold with multiple voices contributing to the narrative.
Let me ask you this. What do you think Diddy and Fonzworth Bentley's real relationship was?
Concubine, master.
Ooh.
Period. Everybody know Bentley. Everybody know. I think the thing that everybody is having a hard time grasping is how that whole thing could have probably went down. But the thing is it was how fast he disappeared.
Yes. Now he lives in Atlanta. He's married. He has 2 sons. He's living He's living his life. I mean, but how many? Listen, y'all. If you've ever lived in Atlanta, you know the majority. The majority of them are gay men. They just live their life, be married, and gave their life to God, and they're your pastor.
And down low culture is still very, very, very heavy in the Black community in Atlanta. It's funny because Atlanta's like a gay mecca. You would think that there would be no need for down low culture, but down low culture is thriving in Atlanta still.
And it's weird because you can find whatever you want in Atlanta, any kind of relationship, poly, orgies, whatever you're into, you can find somebody there that's into it. It really, you may meet somebody and ladies like, yeah, these are my two husbands.
Yeah. And we gonna play Star Wars.
So you think he was Diddy's concubine?
Absolutely. He was too complicit and he was too compliant. And he just disappeared. He disappeared faster than Mace did. When Mace ran from Diddy, you could see the trailer just fire from his footsteps as he ran.
That is
to
true.
The church. But I don't understand why people don't ask why. People, oh yeah, he gone. Oh, okay. Nobody bothered to ask why. Why doesn't anybody ever want to know why? Now all of a sudden, people start opening up their mouth talking, and then everybody, really?
Yeah.
Really? Because I could have swore to God, me and Storm Monroe sat here 3 years ago and told you all this.
Oh, he's a Morehouse graduate. Okay. Interesting.
It's all very interesting. You remember, because Martin Luther King went to Morehouse, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
And, they got a lot of issues on the campus. The straight students are having issues with the LGBTQ plus students. And then they had like a Defiance Day like a few years back. It might have been 5 or 6 years ago, but when all of the male students who were LGBTQ came dressed with their beards and their mustaches in full makeup and heels. And that you don't remember that when that happened at Morehouse?
I don't remember hearing about that. I always heard that a lot of them were down low anyway. So I'm like, what's the?
Yeah. But it's wild though. It's like, what's the point for being down low in this day and age? Like, if you still on the down low, it's just because you like the thrill of lying and getting away with it. Tell that woman that you like to suck as much as she do.
And y'all can suck it together.
If she's interested.
Oh my God.
Like, there wouldn't be nothing worse than watching a husband and a wife fight over the same. I had it first. No, I had it. I'm sorry. I have a hard time feeling sorry for these who willingly marry these gay men in these down low sham marriages, and then they want to come out crying, I haven't had 6 years.
You know what?
My husband is screwing everybody else's husband. Like, you mean?
Is it true?
I wish I would walk down the aisle to a man who I knew didn't want to have sex with me and suck better than me. I wish I would.
Wow.
It's the honeymoon and he trying to figure out who gonna rub his feet and play with his booty hole. Like, no, I'm good.
The plot thickens. It seems like Fonzworth Bentley's silence has only sparked more curiosity. The invitation to share thoughts in the comments suggests that the situation is still unfolding and more secrets might be revealed. The conclusion with a call to subscribe and keep it real implies that this is an ongoing story, and fans are encouraged to stay tuned for more updates.